What's up, Directioners? Did you ever cry your eyes out to little things? Did you refresh Twitter every second for a Zayn update? Do you remember exactly where you were on March 25th, 2015? Then this video is for you. For years, you've called yourself a true fan, but today, we're putting that to the test. Welcome to the ultimate One Direction trivia, heartwarming moments versus shocking scandals. We're going to test your knowledge on the highest highs and the lowest lows. Let's see if you're a day one Directioner or just a casual listener. Stick around, it's about to get emotional. All right, let's start with the good stuff. The moments that made us believe in their brotherhood. Get ready to feel all the feels. Question number 1. We all remember this heartbreaking image. Louis Tomlinson breaking down on stage. Here is your question. What was the specific reason he was crying during this performance? A. It was the band's last ever show, and he was overwhelmed with emotion. B. He had just received devastating news about a family member. C. The fan reaction during his solo of Moments was too powerful. The correct answer is B. This was during the Where We Are tour in 2014. Louis had just suffered an unimaginable loss. His mother, Johanna Deacon, had passed away after a long battle with leukemia just a few days before. The fact that he even went on stage. It's hard to comprehend, but he did it for the fans. And in this moment, you see Harry immediately stepping in, holding him, being his rock. This wasn't for the cameras. This was real. It showed the world that despite any rumors, this bond was unbreakable. This was more than a band. They were a family. This one is for the true music nerds. The creation of some of their biggest hits was a real team effort. Here's your question. Which iconic One Direction song was originally written by all 5 members together in a hotel room and was about their unique bond with the fans? A. A Story of My Life. B. History. C. Through the Dark. That's right, the answer is B. History. This song wasn't just another track on the album. This was their love letter to the fans, their way of saying, no matter what happens, we did this together. The story goes that they were all in a hotel room on tour, just throwing ideas around. They wanted something anthemic, something that would celebrate this incredible journey they were on with the Directioners. The line "You and Me Got a Whole Lot of History" wasn't just about them as a band. It was about that unbreakable connection with every single person who supported them. They even all signed the original artwork for the single cover. It was a promise, a reminder of what they built. And that's what makes this song so powerful and emotional to this day. The boys were known for their interactions with fans, but sometimes it went far beyond a simple wave or an autograph. Your question. During a gig in 2013, Niall Horan stopped his performance to honor a very special fan. What made this moment so unique? A. He invited a young fan on stage to sing Little Things with him. B. He dedicated a song to a fan named Grace who had Down syndrome, and she knew every word. C. He gave his guitar to a fan who had a sign saying it was her dream. This is a deep cut, true fans. Yes, the answer is B. This happened at a charity gig in 2013. The fan's name was Grace, and she had Down syndrome. Niall noticed her in the front row, absolutely radiating joy and singing every word. He didn't just point at her. He stopped, dedicated the song to her by name, and sang it directly to her. You can see the genuine connection in his eyes. It wasn't a PR move. It was a simple, human moment of kindness. This moment perfectly captures the heart of what One Direction was about for so many fans, a sense of belonging, of being seen. It's a reminder that Niall and the whole band understood the platform they had and used it to create pure, unfiltered joy. Okay, lighten up the mood. One Direction on talk shows was always pure chaos, but one food fight was more than just fun. Your question. During their appearance on The Today Show in 2012, the epic cake fight that broke out was actually for a serious purpose. What was it? A. To promote their new song, Live While We're Young. B. To celebrate Liam's birthday in a messy way. C. It was a challenge for a charity, Cake Crew, to fight childhood hunger. You got it. The answer is C. This wasn't just random chaos. It was a challenge for the charity Cake Crew, which used fun food fights to raise money and awareness for the World Food Program to fight childhood hunger. They nominated other celebrities to join in, turning a silly moment into a powerful fundraising campaign. They took this massive platform on a major American show and used it not just for promotion, but to actually do some good. It shows that even at the peak of their early fame, they understood their influence and weren't afraid to use their boyish energy for a truly important cause. Plus, let's be honest, it's one of the most iconic and rewatched moments ever. As the band faced changes, their bond was literally etched into their skin. Final question of round 1. After 2015, all 4 remaining members got the same matching tattoo. What was it, and what did it symbolize to the fans? A. A compass, symbolizing finding their way back to each other. B. A ship, symbolizing they were sailing on together no matter what. C. Roman numerals, marking the date they first formed the band. Correct. The answer is B. In 2016, Louis, Liam, Niall, and Harry all got an identical ship tattoo. This wasn't just a random design. In the wake of Zayn's departure and the beginning of their hiatus, this was a powerful, unspoken statement. To the fans, it screamed one thing: solidarity. It meant, yes, things have changed, but the 4 of us are still a crew. We are still in this together, sailing forward. It was a promise of brotherhood that went beyond the music, and it gave fans hope during a really uncertain time. It's the perfect, permanent reminder of the bond that we celebrated in this round. But for every heartwarming moment, there was a headline that stopped us dead in our tracks. The higher they flew, the brighter the spotlight, and the darker the shadows. The friendship, the music, the brotherhood. It was all real. But so was the pressure, the rumors, and the scandals. It's time to test the other side of your fandom. Welcome to round 2. Let's start with the earthquake that shook the fandom to its core. We all know Zayn left the band in 2015, but your question is about the moment the world knew something was very wrong. What was the point of no return, the specific event just days before his official exit that made headlines worldwide and forced the band to cancel a performance? A. He was hospitalized for exhaustion and officially withdrew from the tour. B. He was spotted clubbing in Paris while claiming to be sick. C. He abruptly left the tour and was photographed at an airport, flying home from Indonesia. That's right. The answer is C. In late March 2015, in the middle of the On the Road Again tour, Zayn allegedly left the group's hotel in Jakarta, Indonesia, and flew back to the UK alone. The band was forced to cancel a performance, citing Zayn being stressed. But those airport photos were everywhere. This wasn't just a sick day, this was a breakdown. It was the first major, public crack in the perfect facade of One Direction. For the fans, it was pure panic. For the media, it was fuel for the fire. And for the band, it was the moment a private crisis became a global spectacle. The official announcement of his departure came just days later. The hiatus wasn't a slow fade, it was a sudden stop that shocked the world. Your question: the band's massive On the Road Again tour in 2015 was famously cut short. What was the official, publicly stated reason they gave for canceling the entire rest of the tour? A. Creative differences between the members made continuing impossible. B. A serious health issue affecting one of the band members. C. Scheduling conflicts with their upcoming solo projects. That's right. The answer is B. In August 2015, just months after Zayn's departure, the group released a statement saying they were canceling the remaining dates of their world tour to address a serious health issue within the band. While they never specified details, it was widely reported that the intense pressure and exhaustion had taken a massive toll. For the fans, it was a devastating confirmation that the band they loved was truly falling apart. The stage was set, the tickets were sold, and then silence. This wasn't just a canceled show. It was the full stop at the end of the One Direction sentence. The official hiatus was announced just a few months later, making this the tragic, real-world consequence of the immense pressure they were under. Years after the hiatus, the scandal shifted from tabloids to the members themselves. In a famous 2022 interview, Liam Payne made a series of stunning claims about his time in the band. What was the core reason he gave for why his experience in One Direction was so difficult? A. He felt the music they made was generic and didn't reflect his personal taste. B. He claimed he was pushed into a role and had to hide his true personality. C. He said the intense fame and pressure led him to develop unhealthy habits. Correct. The answer is B. Liam revealed that he felt trapped in a character created for him by the band's management. He said he was the cheeky one who had to be constantly happy, which forced him to suppress his real emotions and struggles. He admitted that putting on this mask for years was incredibly damaging to his mental health. While he expressed gratitude for the fans, he was brutally honest about the personal cost of that level of fame at such a young age. This interview was a bombshell because it was the first time a member had so openly criticized the boy band machine from the inside. It wasn't about attacking his bandmates. It was about revealing the immense pressure to be someone you're not, which resonated with many fans. One of the biggest pop culture stories of 2015 was the very public end of a major celebrity engagement. The question is, what was the definitive public event that confirmed the breakup between Zayn Malik and Perry Edwards? A. Paparazzi photos emerged of Zayn with another celebrity, Gigi Hadid. B. Perry's band, Little Mix, released a song clearly about the breakup. C. Zayn gave an interview confirming the split and apologizing to fans. Correct. The answer is A. In August 2015, paparazzi photos were published showing Zayn Malik with model Gigi Hadid. This served as the public confirmation that his long-term relationship and engagement with Perry Edwards was over. The photos sparked a massive media frenzy and intense discussion among fans about the realities of life in the public eye. It marked a significant turning point, closing one very public chapter in Zayn's life as he began his solo career and opening another. A real scandal erupted behind the scenes in 2011, threatening the band's image before they even reached their peak. What led to the sudden firing of their early tour DJ and photographer Matt Prail? A. He leaked unreleased demos from the band's first album. B. He was accused of making inappropriate comments to underage fans online. C. He sold private tour schedules to paparazzi. That's correct. The answer is B. In 2011, Matt Prail was dismissed after allegations surfaced that he had sent inappropriate Facebook messages to underage female fans. The band's management acted swiftly, issuing a statement that they had a zero-tolerance policy on such matters. This was a huge deal at the time. It was one of the first major tests of the band's integrity and showed that their team was willing to make tough decisions to protect both the fans and the group's reputation. It was a stark reminder of the dark side of fame and the responsibility that came with their massive young audience. Get ready for the most absurd scandal. In 2014, One Direction found themselves in a real legal battle over something very fundamental. What was it? A. An American band with the same name sued them for the rights to the name One Direction. B. A cereal company sued them for using the slogan "Eat Your Directions." C. A fashion designer sued them for copying stage outfit designs. Yes, the answer is A. It's hard to believe, but it's true. An American pop band from California who had been using the name One Direction since 2009 filed a lawsuit against the global superstars for trademark infringement. The lawsuit claimed that the fame of the UK group was causing irreparable harm to the smaller band. While the case was eventually settled out of court, it remains one of the weirdest and most ironic legal scandals in pop history. It's a perfect example of the kind of surreal problems that come with unimaginable success. Even your own name can become a battlefield. And that's it. The ultimate One Direction test is complete. From the highest highs to the lowest lows, we've been through it all together. So, what's your final score? Let's break it down. If you got 8 to 10 questions right, you are a ultimate Directioner. You've been here since the very beginning, and you know every detail. Your fandom is an inspiration. If you got 5 to 7 right, you are a true fan. You know all the essential moments and scandals. You lived through the golden era and remember it fondly. If you got 4 or less, don't worry. Maybe you're a new fan, or maybe you just needed a refresher. Consider this your official invitation to dive deep into the incredible history of One Direction. Let us know your score in the comments below. And tell us, which moment shocked you the most? Which one made you the most emotional? This journey showed us that One Direction was more than just a band. It was a phenomenon built on incredible music, unbreakable bonds, and the most powerful fandom in the world. Thank you for all the memories. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. Until next time, Directioners. Okay, real talk time. This might be the most mind-blowing what if in One Direction history. We all know and love They Don't Know About Us, that powerful ballad about defying the odds. But what if I told you this song almost never became a 1D hit? The truth is, this track was originally written and produced for none other than Justin Bieber. Yes, you heard that right. The song's producer, Carl Falk, confirmed this in an interview. He said they were working on the track specifically for Bieber's album, but his label ultimately passed on it. Can you even imagine how different pop history would be? This anthem about young love and defiance in Bieber's voice? It's hard to picture because One Direction made it so uniquely theirs. When the song came to them, they immediately connected with its message about staying true to your relationship despite what others say, something they could all relate to dealing with fame. It makes you wonder, how many other iconic 1D songs were almost someone else's hits? This just proves that sometimes the music universe gets it exactly right. Now that we've tested your knowledge of the past, let's talk about the present and future, the solo careers. This is where it gets really interesting, because all 5 members took wildly different paths. Let's break it down quickly. Harry went full rock star, Grammys, stadium tours, acting career. Niall found his sweet spot with heartfelt pop rock and guitar-driven anthems. Lewis stayed closest to the band's sound, but with an indie rock edge. Zayn dove into R&B and moody, atmospheric popper. Liam experimented with different sounds, from pop to more urban influences. But here's what I want to know from you. I'm creating the ultimate community poll right after this video. The question is simple but tough. Which member has shown the most artistic growth since going solo? I'm not just talking about charts or sales. I'm talking about who truly evolved as an artist, took the biggest risks, and surprised you the most with their creative direction. This is going to be a heated debate, and I can't wait to see your arguments in the comments. The poll will be up in the community tab right after this video. Make sure you vote and tell me why you chose who you chose. Alright, Directioners, problem have you thought? Today's trivia was intense, you're not ready for what's coming next. We're about to go deep down the rabbit hole in our next video. We're tackling the craziest, most mind-bending conspiracy theories that have haunted this fandom for years. I'm not just talking about Larry Stylinson, we're going beyond that. How about the theory that One Direction was an Illuminati project from the start? The secret 6th member that was supposedly edited out of early photos. The hidden messages in their music videos that allegedly predict world events. Why some fans believe the hiatus was planned from day one. We'll be examining the so-called evidence, talking to fans who believe these theories, and separating what might be plausible from what's absolutely bonkers. This is going to be our most explosive video yet, and I need you to be part of it. If you don't want to miss this deep dive into the darkest corners of the 1D universe, make sure you're subscribed and that bell is turned on. Trust me, you won't want to miss this one.